What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm pissed. I literally recorded this entire video and my computer shut off, erased everything. Fucking happy. So anyway, this video is titled How to Get Him Back for the Ladies. So I still have hair, by the way. It's right here. It's all slicked back and I just didn't feel like doing it. I didn't feel like doing anything to my fucking hair. And I think I like the hat right now. So we're going to stick with it. What do you do to get him back? And if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button below. So before we continue and before we go on, I just want to say a lot of these principles are going to sound a lot like how you get a woman back, but a lot of the principles are going to remain the same. There's going to be a few things I'm going to go into about why a man would leave and what the difference would be in the woman and all that shit. When a man wants to leave a woman, a lot of the time it's because he doesn't feel free. He doesn't feel he's valued. Sometimes a girl will make him feel like he is just not valued and not loved in this way. So if a man is faithful and he's doing everything he should be as a man, growing, constantly looking for the next best thing, treating you good, right? Treating you like a lady, how the attraction works and all that, and you're happy with that. I'll give you guys a quick little story. So I got a friend right now. He just broke up with his girlfriend. She's obviously sad and she wants to get back together with him. And I was talking to him and I was like, hey, look, like, what'd you leave her for? And he's like, I just didn't feel it anymore. And I was like, what do you mean? And she made him feel like he would go out with his boys, right? He'd go out and do whatever he was doing with his homies. She made him feel there was no trust. She didn't trust him. Her insecurities were shining through about him being a faithful guy. And ladies and men, if you guys got baggage and you're with a new person, you can't drop that shit on them. You have to give them the benefit of the doubt, because we live lives, okay? If we go out with our boys, we go out, not everybody's out there fucking everything that walks, okay? So if you have an insecurity, you got to deal with it on your own. Now, this girl was treating my friend like he was out doing dirt, doing shit things. And he wasn't. I know him. He would just leave her if he wasn't feeling it. And he did. He ended up leaving her because in the end, her fear and insecurity pushed him away, right? So now she's sitting there going, well, what the fuck? You left anyways. You left in the end. And it's because she did that. She did it to herself. You can't treat somebody like they're going to be fucking everybody and doing everything behind your back all the time. You have to have trust in a relationship. And again, this goes both fucking ways. But she left him because her insecurities literally pushed him away from her. This is why I came up with this idea for this video, really, because I was like, I wonder if I was in her shoes, would I want to see this video? And I guess she would, right? How do you go about getting a man back like that? Well, in my personal experience, if I was in that situation, I would want to know that she's working on that particular issue, because I personally would say, look, this is the problem. This is why I'm leaving you. Work on this and maybe we can do this again. Not everyone's that open. And if you're a lady going through a breakup from a man, if he doesn't tell you, how can you fix the problem, right? But at the same time, I'm sure there were signs. I'm sure there was something that he said or indirectly said that you did. And he was telling you, okay, look, this is why, and it might have caused a fight. He was trying to communicate some of that shit to you. So just think back to something that you might have done. But usually guys will tell you, this is the reason why I'm dipping. And if he says something kind of ambiguous or, kind of like not obvious at all. If he's just like, I'm just not feeling it. You did something to turn him off. You did something that he didn't like. It can be anything from you being complacent as a girl. Girls get complacent too. Sometimes they don't shine up like men like. Guys, we love visual shit. We love the visuals of a woman. Like, we love what you guys look like when you guys shine up in a dress and you guys, do your nails and your hair and you do things with your makeup that are a little bit different. I'm like, ooh, like that shit looks good. And we kind of fall in love with that, right? And if you make a man feel relevant after like a shitty day, we like that. Surprise sexual things, we like that. But again, that's a two-way street. A guy has to be returning those favors too if that girl so desires that reciprocity. Remember, if he's showing up as a man, give the benefit of the doubt. Okay, now if he comes home and he's dumb enough to not wash his balls after being his dick and balls after being with another woman, and you smell something a little funky, you know, that's when a conversation has to happen. But what I'm going to tell you is there has to be some sort of evidence that something's going on. Let's say that man, not my friend, but a man forgets his phone out in another room and you pick it up and he freaks out and runs over and grabs it from you. Probably not a good sign. Now, I did this to my girlfriend once, but I wasn't doing anything funky. I had a Christmas list and I had some stuff on my phone that I didn't want her to see about something that I had going on, a future event planned. Right now, I'm filming this video on my business phone, but this is my personal phone. And I would be like, here you go. And I'll just I would literally let my girlfriend borrow my phone for the day because I'm not fucking around. But there are, and the reason I'm telling you this is sometimes there are certain times when it's a kind of a benefit of the doubt thing, because again, I had a Christmas list like open on my phone and I was like, no, don't look at that. Okay. And then I was like, okay, don't open notes on my phone. That's all I told her. I said, don't open notes. There's a Christmas list and pictures of stuff that I'm getting you, so I know where to get it in the store, because I forget stuff like that sometimes. Or sometimes I'll be like, or sometimes you go to a store and the fucking item is moved because it's a Christmas deal now. It's fucking annoying. So anyway, I'll take pictures of them. And my girlfriend would never go through my phone like openly. She'd be like in the car. Sometimes I'll have Spotify playing and she'll pick it up and change the song. And if a guy keeps freaking out that that's happening, it's probably a problem. But with me, it wasn't really an issue. I was just like, oh, it's Spotify, just hit next. You know what I mean? That's like a 1%, thing out of 100. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys will be like, no, and they'll fucking dive through your fucking shower glass just to save you from seeing their phone. So just be aware of that, right? And that behavior will warrant you looking into some things, okay? So, but let's get into really why you watch this video. How do you get a man back? How do you try to reattract him into your life? Some of the same principles apply for the other shit on my channel. Some of the shit, like no contact and all that, will work on a guy. Getting him back is actually not as hard as you think. In a man's mind, we have to literally see the positive of going back with you. We have to see and know it's not going to be so drama filled. Guys don't like drama. We fucking hate drama. We don't like that bullshit at all, because there's enough pressure on us to begin with as guys, from work, jobs, friends, family, all kinds, society, to perform. We have the burden of performance. So we have those pressures. And on top of that, we don't want negative pressure from a relationship. Bringing negative drama, not cool. Acting insecure about his faithfulness, not cool. So just eliminating those behaviors will make him see you as a positivity in his life. He has to understand and he has to see that you are something that will add to his life, not subtract. Now I will go and tell you something that a lot of guys are starting to hear and realize. There is the red pill community, which is growing at a rapid rate, and MGTOW community. MGTOW stands for men going their own way. I'm not a MGTOW. I would consider myself a little purple pilled, I guess, if you were to put me in a category. But I'm aware of the risks of being in a relationship. I'm aware of what women do to men in terms of progress. In my own relationship, my progress has never been stumped by my girlfriend. I've always carved out time for myself. And if I never wanted to spend time with her, I wouldn't, because I actually enjoy spending time with my girlfriend. She doesn't bring negativity to my life. She only adds to my life. If somebody took away from my life, I wouldn't be with them. Being with someone is positive, and doing all those great things is obviously the first thing you want to do. But you want to be the positive. You want to be something that adds to a man's life. And if he's going out with his boys and he gets text messages like, hey, on Snapchat, 45 minutes ago, you were here. Now you're here. What's going on? You fucking hate that shit. We want to be free. We don't want to come home or see you next and you're like, oh, I saw you with this girl on Snapchat. What's going on? Benefit of the doubt. Over your insecurities. You don't live long on this fucking earth, okay? If you get fucking burned, do you think the next person deserves that? No, especially if they're good to you. Good-looking guys, they're going to get hit on by girls. But it really depends on the solidarity of the guy. If the guy is acting like, if he is acting like you know, if he's an alpha male, if he displays alpha male characteristics, kind of beats, you know, the beat of his own drum kind of guy, and he does what he wants, there's nothing you can do. You have to be an addition to his life. You're not going to change him. Okay. And it's up to you to be with the right person. It's up to you to find that. If you're trying to get him back, again, it's really simple for a man, really, for us. We have to just see you as a positive addition to our life. And if you look at your behavior as a woman and you're like, that probably wasn't so good. That probably wasn't so good. Jealousy and shit like that. Look, it's built into like a lot of us to be jealous and have that. And you got to get over it on your own. But females tend to have a lot more competition anxiety than men for that kind of shit. Worrying about other women around him and so on and so forth. So getting him back is going to he's got to know that you're working on those things. I was able to say this to somebody in my past. And I said, you got to work on your insecurity. You got to work on this stuff. Like I like to go at this time. I like to go out a lot. I got it out of my system. I like to go out and I just like to be in the zone, you know what I mean? Like, and party and have fun and do what I wanted to do. And she was so upset about it all the time. She thought I was fucking girls left, right, and center. And it wasn't like a positive kind of like, oh, did you meet any girls? Like something funny. It was really like she would be crying when we got home. I was like, no, I'm not fucking anybody. Like, I just want to be with my friends and have a few drinks and have a good time. I'm young. I like to do that. And people just don't want negativity. And that's why I left. I was just like, right. And then, because we were fighting over it all the time, and fights just cause emotional distance. So ladies, like, look at the behavior you were adding to the relationship. Was it positive? Was it something that you were proud of? Or were you a little insecure? Or were you pushy? Or were you needy? Were you just too much? And drop your ego and think about it for a minute, because we have short time on this planet. Nobody wants to be with somebody who is negative. Nobody wants to be with somebody who detracts from your life. So take a look at that. Take a look at those behaviors and see if you fall into that. Start no contact. Do all those things that are, just start no contact. Start working on yourself. Start going to the gym. Start looking good. You know what I mean? And if he has any feelings towards you, he will start showing up again at some point and saying, hey, like, maybe we can talk. You want to talk? Right? Because he's going to miss you. He's going to miss parts of the relationship. He's going to miss, he's going to miss being sexual. He's going to miss doing all this shit. He'll miss you. So walking away, doing no contact is going to give him the space he needs to miss you. Let him miss you. He'll come around eventually. Don't go too crazy, and just start working on the shitty parts of you, the shit that sucks. Okay. And then when you work on that and he knows that you're working on it, he'll want to come back around if he loves you still, if he has any kind of feelings towards you. If he doesn't, be prepared for the worst. Okay. Done.